Committee on Manipur's Integrity launches 2-day shutdown of all state and central offices in Manipur and boycotts Home Minister Amit Shah for failing to address Manipur crisis. Chief Minister Nongthomam Birane says NIA probing recent Jiribam killings, including the brutal murder of 6 hostages, including an infant. Mass operations underway to nab perpetrators. Internally displaced persons sheltering at Borobekra police station demand stringent action against AMUCO Zomar militants. Displaced residents unsatisfied with ongoing mass operations. High Court of Manipur orders security agencies to file reports status on disappearance of Laisham Kamal Babu, who went missing from Lemukong Indian Army campus latest by November 29. And vehicular movement along hill collapse affected National Highway 37 Imphal Jiribam road stretch between Sinam and Sejang village resumes this morning. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm BABINA HAJARIMAYUM bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Coordinating Committee on Manipur's Integrity, COCOMI, launched 2-day shutdown of all state and central offices in Manipur starting today. This follows its yesterday's announcement of immediate boycott of Union Home Minister Amit Shah for failing to address Manipur crisis. COCOMI's hesitation stems from the government's failure to act within the 7-day deadline they had set regarding demands linked related to Jiribam violence and the ongoing crisis in the state. COCOMI members logged several government offices, including the Transport Department, Old and New Secretariat and Relief and Disaster Management offices in Babupara, Imphal West, as well as the Forest Department office in Sanjentong. Employees were sent home by protesters. A scuffle erupted at the Old Secretariat gate when police prevented COCOMI members from entering the premises. Protesters staged a sit-in at the gate until senior police officials, including SPs of Imphal West and Imphal East, intervened to defuse the situations. COCOMI student front members and volunteers also locked down state government offices at Porompat DC complex in Imphal East district. COCOMI student front coordinator Ningthozam Dhanakumar appealed to government employees to stop coming to offices tomorrow. He added that COCOMI has no knowledge about fulfilling 80% of the demands as claimed by the Chief Minister.
Secretary to Labor Brother Labor Secretary Kogi Office Chinga, Ningai than I Batare Kogilam Jiki Miamna, when Lautoxa River Miamgo, Kolo to Tabi the Gimonda, Tola and the office car, Katavia, the Habi Wakalunda, Wikara and the Tabuxuram Batinasi, Adubu, Harry Bo, Pisky Tabuxing to a point at Hotel Saton Tobani, close to Tobu Havani. I'm Madam Tiganda, Hojiki, Ladybug, Gamengi, Lengaki, Kogi, functionary Shincha, Koifrafiel, and Loge, Asukura Balance, a sheep hole with the Masiki Solo, Nabugilambishi, Central Lenganamadi, Telanganamsi, Pakat Pajico, Tamoy, the Penda, Pakat Uda Vivatari. When a fellow functionary Shincha, Masi, Pelu Urban, the Hologumsi have given to lower Kanabaduki, Konjanga Sansan Zakibani, Hilton Embassy, when you Minigio about Lengaki, officing, Shadon Togi, Konjanga Sida, Lundam Slavery, Miamna, support of Vivoina, Tokoi, official sing Habatare, staff Lengaki, employees sing now, Piscavi Canu, legally guided Viva Miamsu, employees sing to Opiscan Biganumadu.
Chief Minister Nongthomam Birane announces that National Investigation Agency (NIA) has initiated an investigations into the recent Jiribam killings, including the brutal murder of 6 hostages, among them children, and the attack on Borobekra police stations and CRPF camp on November 11. Speaking at the press conference held at the Chief Minister's Secretariat yesterday evening, Chief Minister Birane stated that security forces have launched mass combing operations to apprehend the perpetrators. He revealed that the NIA is actively identifying and rounding up suspects involved in the atrocities, which also include the arson at Jaguradhor Karong and the killing of a woman on November 7. The Chief Minister emphasized that the combing operations will continue until the militants responsible for these heinous acts are arrested. Once caught, the perpetrators and their groups will be declared unlawful organizations. Appealing to the public and Coordinating Committee on Manipur's Integrity, COCOMI, to call off ongoing hesitations, CM Birane urged for the restoration of normalcy, including the reopening of schools and colleges. He assured that the government is taking steps to address the people's demands and ensure justice for the victims.
Me identified the even my procedure wanted question of security, secrecy maintained, confidential maintained, at the moment, I cannot expose it, Madam the High Repository confidential. Crime to the scene of Kangusing identified over and I and a whole episode. My Kanganjari. Was it terrorist of Hopi Highway and I and a quiz organizations involved. How to identify the lock vocabulary. Was the investigation these days, the number to be lock vocabulary stage of the
On the other hand, internally displaced persons IDP sheltering at Borobekra police stations have demanded stringent actions against AMUCO Zomar militants allegedly responsible for killing 8 individuals, including children, in Jaribam district. Speaking to Impact News, displaced resident and Biramohon criticized the ongoing security operations, stating they were insufficient and not targeting all areas where militants are likely hiding. He revealed that search efforts have primarily focused on Jakuradhor Part 1 and Part 2, Durgapur and Goakhal, while other suspected hideouts such as Tupidor, Thangboipunzi, Papabang and several other locations remain unchecked. Biramohon also alleged that displaced Meitei individuals sheltering at the police stations are restricted from leaving, whereas militants move freely in the Borobekra area. He further highlighted the mental toll on displaced locals and the challenges posed by the government's internet ban, which hampers their ability to communicate their grievances effectively. The IDPs urged the government and security forces to intensify their operations, ensure justice for the victims, and address the plight of affected communities.
38 kia sanafan moiga pulkanda zone sinraga sasa percent tawa koi dum ui tupido chawde khan tukota khan means thangoi punji haini aduga papa be sigi torewang da leiba sin asam oigerga ju somda ju tupido ama lei am chawbo marge kulama adom dani lala ga som ete tawoi pot pami chang tariba aduga Farjon district manung natraga ju Jiban district manung jira leiba koina isam samna Dola Khan Highland punji somda lehoriba kotai khan aduga Sobri the Papa Bank, some Kitang Hydrocraga Kona Sotovigagi area, Tushilena Chimba, Binbang, and the Lama Butang and the Simba Saishida, Nekaraga, the compulsory, Hariba, Adumba, Mam Sus, percent of which the Kayamba Potka de Pankani, having a Tazaba Koda Lay Adu, Madumi Mafunzi to the Tawu, the Ude. Sigriba, Munipan Hatare Animana exporters, Yorgazu, Taruma, Miatina, Harvan Pingang, and Pai, Fort Mayamdugi, Mun Kambije, Indian Security Force or Manipur Security or so. Two is the Masigal and Lanarikitan Tirakanda, Toning Bama from High Bazagatin, Amtang Rita Wilga, Samba targeted compulsory, high bird singing such of persons in the compulsory upper Kanomdi, so then upon many have said, I'm Tazaba Piri.
High Court of Manipur has taken cognizance and connections with the disappearance of Laishram Kamal Babu, who went missing from Leimakong Indian Army campus. The High Court has notified relevant Sekmai police stations to file reports / status report of missing Kamal Babu latest by November 29. 56-year-old Kamal Babu from Meitei community, who works at the campus of 57 Mountain Division of Indian Army situated in Leimakong, went missing since November 25. The missing person originally hails from Gosaipur Kasar district in Assam and currently residing at Imphal West district's Loitang Kuno. Kamal Babu works as supervisor in MS Binod Constructions, which is engaged for building work at the Indian Army 57 Mountain Division campus. Reportedly, he left for work at the Army campus riding a Honda Activa two-wheeler Monday morning at around 9. Later in the afternoon, his family realized that his mobile phone has been switched off and his whereabouts were unknown.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯉꯔꯥꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯃꯥꯡꯉꯤꯕ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯦꯛꯃꯥꯏ ꯄꯨꯂꯤꯁꯇꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ FIR ꯇꯧꯖꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯏ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯇ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ 57 ꯃꯥꯎꯟꯇꯦꯟ ꯗꯤꯕꯤꯖꯟꯒꯤ JOCꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ DGPꯒꯤ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯂꯧꯈꯠꯄꯤꯅꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯀꯣꯔꯠꯇ ꯆꯦ ꯊꯥꯖꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯣꯔꯗꯔ ꯀꯣꯄꯤ ꯑꯃꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯈꯨꯠꯁꯤꯟꯅꯕꯤꯔꯛꯑꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯆꯪꯁꯤꯜꯂꯤꯕ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯍꯟꯕ ꯂꯩꯔꯣꯏ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯦꯛꯁꯟꯁꯦ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯛꯇ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯈꯣꯡꯖꯪꯁꯦ ꯍꯟꯕ ꯂꯩꯇꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯃꯈꯥ ꯇꯥꯅ ꯆꯪꯁꯤꯟꯖꯈꯤꯅꯤ.
Meanwhile, Chief Minister Nongthaman Bireen said state and central security forces are making all-out efforts to find Laisram Kamal Babu, who went missing from Laimakong Indian Army campus. The Chief Minister also said Sekmai Police Station has registered a 0 FIR and investigations are underway. He added that the missing person's family had also lodged a report with the police.
Laimakong Army camp manungda tabuk sujaraga Injaba isam samanupa sangi 65 muk surba Laisram Kamal Babu in a Piloitang dagi sai pungani hauba ma telephone fangarami aduga ani gi matung dagi my telephone fangidaba aduga koi state force gi paramilitary forces army meam sangna pe my trace songno kan honori ko shamaida 0 FIR ma local le aduga loinana ma gi family singnasu written complaint moina chingnaba Tauri Mong to do Matungina, written complaint Gekra people shipao, Fangan Dokoyam Kana, Hangana Honori, I don't know whether I am the hand that comes again.
Former candidate of Lamsang Assembly constituency, Arambam Karamjit, slammed the top officers of Laimakong Army camp for allegedly making irresponsible comments over the disappearance of a Meitei civilians from the camp. While speaking to media at his residence in Kongampat today, Karamjit urged top officials of Indian Army to focus on the matter. He alleged foul play behind Jaribam killings and disappearance of the civilian from the army camp on the backdrop of crisis in the state. Furthermore, Karamjit made it clear prevailing violence had started from UPSPA imposed to Rachanpur. He condemned the reimposition of UPSPA in areas under 6 police stations and urged state and central government to swiftly bring in amicable solutions to the crisis.
North East ki oina paidegi chawba Indian Army gi headquarter amada changraga entry tawbada logbook da sign tawramba adugi matung tabada campus manung degi manghiba aduga army gi makok thongona daita lawba ngamoi aina thiba ngamoi na hairakpasi yam laibak thibani central force thajaleba singjina kadai da season aduriba masi jakoi khangningi central force mayam je thajalaga lanje lotion gadoribra democracy gi mahawasi praja mayam da phanganaba lengang na sinbiyu manipur gi praja se Wabana come Tangna Lairabani, central government Amazon, state government Manipura, Santi Poragnaba, Lanazi Tuna Loishanaba, Atubada, Honabu.
Supreme Court of India has dismissed a petition filed by Kumbi AC BJP MLA Sanasam Prem Chandra challenging an order by the High Court of Manipur in connections with an election case filed against him by JDU candidate Ahanthem Sanjoy. The petition, dismissed on November 25 by a bench comprising Justice M.M. Sundres and Justice Arvind Kumar, contested the High Court's August 30 order. The case stems from the 2022 Manipur Assembly elections where Ahanthem Sanjoy, a JDU candidate and the runner-up, filed an election petition against MLA Prem Chandra. The High Court had previously declined to quash the petitions. Prem Chandra subsequently approached the Supreme Court, which concluded there was no valid reason to interfere with the High Court's decision. The apex court stated that there was no evidence of any error or illegality in the references made by the High Court. Consequently, Prem Chandra's petition was dismissed. Suspensions of mobile internet and mobile data services, including VSATS and VPN services, are further extended for 2 days till 5:15 p.m. of November 29 in Imphal West, Imphal East, Thoubal, Kakching, Kangpokpi, Churachandpur, Jiribam and Fairjol districts in public interest, except for those cases whereby the state government had granted exemptions. Commissioner Home, Government of Manipur, and Ashok Kumar notified that Manipur government extended internet suspension after reviewing the prevailing law and order situations and its possible correlations with the general operations of internet services. The education sector in Manipur is badly affected by prevailing violence and unrest in the state since May 3, 2023. Students are deprived of regular classes as educational institutions are shut down often by state government as measure to take stock of the situations and for the sake of safety of students and teachers. Frequent internet ban in the state is also hindering students from studies. Amid the escalating violence in Manipur lately, state government imposes internet suspension from 16 of this month, and it also issued order to close down all the educational institutions in valley areas. It will not be wrong to say that the future and academic career of students are at stake. As such, citizens of the state are worried and they appeal to government to reopen educational institutions and resume normal classes.
हाइना बले मियामना कोई सही अमगी प्लान तौगे हारगदी फौ थाव अदुगा सही मंगागी प्लान तौगे हारगना उ थाव अदुगा सही सामगी प्लान तौगे हारगदी अखोगी हौरई बैसा इशूसिंग असि निंगथीना सेमु हाइना बले अदु मणिपुर के खुनाय असिबु तुंगी लाइबक लेपकदरबा अखोगी इसा इशूसिंग सेमगदरबा मफम निंगसि हौजिक मियाम उरिसे मालियम की ओइना तोआन तोआन बा लंजाव के आदबुक्ता एजुकेशन सेक्टर सी अखोई सोक हंदनबगी दमक्ता तोआन तोआन बा थबक कयामा अखोई पाइखत चरगसु अखोई मणिपुर दा हौखिबा सही खरा असिदा अखोई महिल लोइसंग सिंग असि यामना इतत ततना अखोई थेंजनबगी अदुसु अखोई सीएसओ नत्रगा महिल लुपसिंग ना थेंजनब नतबा अखोई लैंगा की माइकैदगी महिल लोइसंग सिंग असि अनि इरांग अमा लाकबा खुदिंगी अखोई महिल लोइसंग थेंजनबगी अदुगुंबा चौ वचनबी अमा मणिपुर दा हौखिबा सही खरा असिदा लेपतन लाइ असुमना अखोई मणिपुर की तुंगी लाइबक लेपकदरिबा महिलोइसंगसिंग असि थिंजिनबा लोइनना मोबाइल इंटरनेट बैन तौखिबा असिना महिरोइसिंग स्कूल ओजासिंग अमदि महिरोइसिंगी ममामपासिंगना तोआन तोआन बा वाफम के आमा फोंदोरकदि
गमेना थिंजिलिबा स्कूल सिंग असि मरुओइना कोइ वैली एरिया दा हेना कंसंट्रेट तौरगा थिंजिनबगी मौं उबा तोआन तोआन बा सिंगी डिस्ट्रिक्ट सिंगदना फ्री थादुना लेबा मसिना मरम ओइरकांदा अखोइ मसेन की मरक्तसु हेना नुंगाइनदबगी फिबम अमा लांगनबा गमेना सिनबसि मसि खुदकति लेपियु सुती थादोक खिबा तारगसु इंटरनेट की मतेंगना ऑनलाइन दा क्लास तौगदबसु इंटरनेट बेल तौगना मरम ओइरकांदा ऑनलाइन की क्लास सु तौबु यादना लैरी मरम अदुना होजिकी साउखलबा 21st सेंचुरी सिदादी इंटरनेट हाबसि ख्वाइदगी मरु ओइबा अखोइ टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस अचौबु टूल अमा ओइबना मरम ओइरकांदा गवर्नमेंट अथु मतमदा इंटरनेट बेल तौरिबसि मतंगसु हंतोकपियु होजिक नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी की मखादा तापी तमिबी कंगलोंदा तोगानबा लाइबा कयासिंग असिदा लमदमसि लैबा मैरोसिंग असि इनबा ngamdadana अचौबा सफुमा अखोगी स्टेट सिगी मैरोसिंग सिदा पीगदरा हाइबगी अचौबा नुंगनांगबमा अखोइना फाउजै
स्कूल थिंजनबसिदि थिंजल हनिंगदेबा डिसेंबर थागा ओइसला अबनिरको पैखा मया सिदा आंगांग नुबी स्कूल कादना सुम लैबसे लाइक पावसु यारोइदनाको
मोयदि सुम सानाबा खटपदा अदुम हेबिट जुइदना स्कूलिंग की कनोसे थादोरेबा अदु यारि मखै त कोइदि इरांग पनाग तौरगसु स्कूल सिदे कोइ थिंगानिंगदे
School karena school kada bersiap nungai dia kena le baki irang na aku naik su hai ni aku naik school kada nungai dia aku pun kapa pangalo
2015 da Safe School Declaration haidnama पृथ्वी की वैना लेबाक शाम कुन पुल्लगा अंगांगसिंग लान तौरसु कन्फ्लिक्ट लेरसु अमा तौरसु हेक्ट लारिक तंब याननबगी तोंगानबा प्रोसेस प्रोग्राम मयाम तौरगा लाइक तंबी प्रोजेक्ट चलिब सेसिगी सेप्टेम्बर था सिमक्ता दसु ग्लोबल कोलिशन टू प्रोटेक्ट एजुकेशन फ्रॉम कन्फ्लिक्ट हाइदना ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अमा पृथ्वी की लेबाक मयाम सिगी पुंजलगा शेमगा अंगांगसिंग महिमसिंग तंबिनो होनरी मणिपुर सु लानगी इरांग नंगलगसु अंगांगसिंग महिमसिंग तंबसि मतंगदी सरकार न तोंगानबा मिंग अमा संगगा अंगांगसिंग महिमसिंग तंबसे लेफनिंगदबनी मणिपुर द लैरिबा ब्यूरोक्रेट ऑफिसर सिंग फमनाइबी सिंग हाइरिबा सिंग असिगी मसा मसु सिंग अयामबना पांद लारिक तमकिबनिना मणिपुर की छात्र मयाम मणिपुर की महिरु मयामना लारिक तंब फंगदबगी अवाब नंगलिबसि मखोइद मसिगी चाइना सि थोइना फावदो माले
हुजिक मणिपुर थोइबि इरांग असिना ट्रिप काइबा महिरोसिंग दियाम चाव अपन पिहले हुजिक काउंसिल की फॉर्म सबमिट तबदसु कर्फ्यूलेशन बिजनेस चथोकसिन तबदे याम अपन पिरे हुजिक फाव सीबीएसई की दी एग्जाम शेड्यूल थोकरे अदु मणिपुर बोर्ड का काउंसिल की एग्जाम शेड्यूल थोकरे अदु मरम ओइदुना गवर्नमेंट ना अखोय मणिपुर थोकलिबे इरांग असि फहंदुना स्कूल से थुना कहन बिना होटनाबियु
सीबीएसई की स्कूल खैदी मोइदी एग्जाम याइथोए मोइदी सिलेबस कवर तौगनी अदुगा अखोइगी काउंसिलिंग मखादा लेबा स्कूल सिंगिदी स्कूल थिंजिनबना सिलेबस कवर तौबजु ngamdre अदुगा लोइना मथंगी अखोइ काउंसिल एग्जाम दा करी थेंगनागदबनो प्लस अखोइगी तुंगदा लाकदबा नेशनल इंटरनेशनल एग्जाम मयाम अखोइ थेंगनागदबा लेरिबने को छात्र मोइना खुनाइसिबा अखोइना नोमना तंग नोमदि ngalkani हाबेगा सादा लेजरिबने सिगो मयाम से सरकारना स्कूल से अदुम थिंगागा ngasi amu thaba hayeng mu thaba sum tawdana leiragadi छात्र सिंगी मराइबकसे कदाइदा चटकदबनो हाबसे छात्र मोइन हाइजनी
नहावाई कोरोना मतमदसु अमु फिजिकल क्लास तौबजु फंगद्रे याबो यादबो पांगना सानाबने हाइना ऑनलाइन क्लास न मेनदना अदुम लाए हाइदि फजना ताकपि तंबिगदबजु तमक्त्रे याना यादबो अदुम खुइ तौर लाबनिना कोखसिदा चनैनबो अदुम लाए हौजिसु लेबाकी रांगनेना अचौबा इशू म लेबदगी क्लास फजना तौबदो सिसु तौद्रे अमुसुमु हाइदि केमता अखोइदा एजुकेशन हाइजे कैनो खंजिलक्त्रे एजुकेशन गी मिनिंग लैसिलक्त्रे अदुना लेबाकी थौबसिंगना हाइदि एजुकेशन गी दमक्ता कैनो तौबा याबा अथुम तमदा खर तौबियक्तुना अखोइजे लेक तम फंगनाबा हाइजरी
मणिपुर दा हुजिक लैदिबा महिरोइसिंग असि कोविड-19 गी मतमदगी हौकांदा निंगथीना महि मसिन तमदबना मरम ओकांदा मखोगी तुंगी केरियादा अखोइ कदाइ फावबा यौना संगसिनबा ngamgadoriबनो हाइबगी अचौबा वहंग अमा लाइङै चैरगा सिदा कोइ मणिपुर लैंगांगना मैतै सिंगी पावरौदा खोगी सनबी लैद्रिङैदा हौदोंग हाली हाइबगी मवंगदा हंतकी अनौबा इरांग असिदा महिरोइसिंगी ओइबा इहौ अमता लाक्निङैदा स्कूल कॉलेज सिंबु मतम कक्तना थिंजनबगी अदुमबा लैबा खोंथांग असिदा लैंगाकी माइकैदगी करुमबा अनौबा खोंथांग सिंग पाइखलकप्रा हाइबदुदि मियामना यंगमिनबा अमा मथौ तादि इम्पैक्ट न्यूज कदमक कैमरा पर्सन आरामबम जोहेन अमदि पी बोबोगा लोइनाना म्यामदा पाउदम जरिबा आईएसआई लामुसुक इम्फाल.
Well, moving on, Coordinating Committee on Disturbance-Free Educational Zone demand urged Manipur government to reopen educational institutions in the state from tomorrow onwards. Speaking to media today at Desam office in Kwakaithil, Imphal, the committee convener Mayengbam Somorjit criticized the government for closing educational institutions very often in wake of the long-drawn crisis in Manipur. He termed the decision of government as unreasonable and it will result to destructions of the state. Speaking further, Somorjit cautioned that continuous closure of educational institutions will result to a bigger issue. He made it clear about the rule that educational institutions are not supposed to be affected or involved in any hesitations. Somorjit stressed the need of government to promptly coin a rule to save the academic career and future of students in the state.
Education sibo hena phagana na bagedam da honna jebi stakeholder mayam siga punna tanara kanda hujik oriba phiyom sida education gi oiba new normal situation ama lehelaga mahi tampina na ba thabak lokhatpa chapchaba matamni akhoi gi oiba chapchaba ultimatum ama de akhoi bijagiroi laingak na law and order gi phiyom gi yenga kanda school suthi sum thadok gi mong se masidi akhoi tobam thokte habasi ma koi mek sena thamjari maramdi hojik lai sida hekta akhoi gi lebak wathok oidana achoba ganom ma oirpa yabagi stakeholder leiba mayam sina su hojik makki na mahi mayam ji uthokta गे हाइबगी पोट अजु लैतेन खल्ली अदुना सिगुम फिबम अमदा कोइना इरांग लाक्तन ने हाइबगी मोंग दे सुम थादोक पसे मसिदी सुंसांग सांगददबन फयन खल्ली अदुना फादर ऑर्डर अमा थोक त्रिभौबा हाइबो वफम से अथुब मतमदा अखोइ हायेंगमक महि तमनबो हौननबगी खोंथांग लैंगांगना लौखतपम थोइ हे.
Vehicular movement resumed along the hill collapse affected National Highway 37 Imphal Jiribam road stretching between Sinam and Sejang village this morning following the completion of road clearing work. According to Impact News source, vehicles that were earlier stranded at Noni police checkpost have started moving and crossed Sinam and Sejang village today morning and started arriving at Imphal. On the other hand, empty trucks which were stuck along the National Highway 37 in New Kaithilmanbi area had proceeded to Jiribam to pick up essential commodities and goods-laden trucks headed for Imphal. However, officials and Gunput Company informed public that passenger service vehicles and light vehicle must stay off the National Highway 37 located in between Sinam and Sejang village for some days. Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you news on AMUCO President Fairojam Nando Luwang criticizing state MLAs, bureaucrats and police for uniting against the 10 Kuki MLAs and officials who are pushing for a separate territory. So keep watching Impact News.
Ningol Chakauba amasung Diwali na lakpada Majo habki maikidagi offer chow na bizari refrigerator, washing machine, smart TV amasung Smartphone su brand makhal suna thamjari up to 60% discount ta phangnigan. Glassware dage horaga rice cooker, air fryer na ching production brand makhal loina suna thamjari. Kai sampat konjeng hajari lekai Thoubal aduga Manipur da tanatana Guwahati da su akhagi brand hamdun leisare. Ngasimak lengsun birau Macho Hub.
Alpha Coaching Institute na class 10 thagadaba satrasingi damak lakliba December ki tang 13 tagi revision course haujaragani. Satrasingi oina coaching tawba matamdagi hauraga matriculation exam thaba phawba institute asida lainaba facility pizari. Lebak lairiba issue asiga mari lainana hostel gi fees tasu concession kaya pizari. Akupa marol gi damak Alpha Coaching Center da contact tawiyu.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. AMUCO President Fairojam Nando Luang criticizes the inability of remaining state MLAs, bureaucrats and police to unite against the 10 Kuki MLAs and officials pushing for a separate territory. Speaking at the 12th Foundation Day of New Hope Life Foundation for Disabilities at Manipur Press Club today, Nando called it a quote-unquote matter of shame and urged collective action to save the state's integrity. He condemned the rise of blame games and new civil bodies with conflicting agendas causing public confusion. Nando urged the people to focus on resolving the crisis instead of misusing social media for personal attacks. He also warned of the long-term mental impact of the ongoing turmoil on future generations.
Immediate minister Singsina Kari Totang Logan was popular vaccine with Sabuton. Hojik Lanzi Matam Queen Sediba, Lanzina was in Maramaya, Yama Pangalina, meditation and Antina, the Kai Primata Committee. Kai Primata Committee Karina and a quickie, my day will care with us in the Sam and Mundabo Rampan, Lanzi, Telescope, Lanza, Hawaii, Lanza, Tamusin and Nakwa, Ika or Landi, and was looked there. Cookie in the Sam, remember the people which are in CSMPS and the Giddy Circumosina IS. Labor IPF and the Sam living with the Mutan title lawyer. Pashakani, but they tell you my brain betray. Cookie Tara, Yorico, Mother Mutara, something they pay. A quick made a hingo, and people may use it to over the mouth you may tie a counter till they got immediate to guide Tom Limians. Mashika, you know, I can't the quick immediately talk down on him. Pulling Tadava, shoot a yes of Unsani, Kairi, we saw she think that I was when they put my sons out in
The AMUCO president stressed that everyone should treat differently abled people with the same respect as normal people and give them their rights and respect provided by the constitutions. He continued that we should not segregate differently abled individuals, adding that a tragic incident leaves someone handicapped. Presents were given to differently abled people at the program.
Populi will be a Kamu Taki, Togomana will be able. Always was a winning and reality. It's really power for great men, ma'am, see, disabled man, New Hope now. We disability Kamu down, PBD, Wakal Tona, and no but Lambi Mangalama, PBD is fine. I quit Punamus with the Parliament Sigi. A quite Manipur Kai Arroy, Manipur Butapi Arroy. I was the way Wakals of Way must put the Taliban as I was platform Ziggy, Masi Torum Ziggy, Kotunza, Loja by Hajini.
Relay hunger strike by Uripok Apunbalup and Uripok Nupi Apunba seeking justice for Jaribam victims entered its 12th day today. Residents of Langol Laima Kulen took part in the strike since last evening 6 p.m. till 8 a.m. today. Residents of Lamboy Kongnangkong and Langol Ningtao carried forward in the afternoon, and residents of Langol Aying Laikai took over in the night. Police disrupted the indefinite strike called along Tidim Road by Kwakaitel Apunba Mairapaibi Loop, Irom Pukrimapal, Mairapaibi and Irom Pukrimapal Social Club starting last midnight, demanding immediate and unconditional release of T.H. Susila, who was arrested by police on Tuesday morning. Personnel of Imphal West Police beef up security measures along the Tidim Road to prevent any untoward occurrences. In the morning, personnel of Imphal West Police, IRB, CRPF and RAF pushed back the agitators and stopped the strike. Irom Pukrimapal Mairapaibi Secretary T.H. Susila, who was arrested by police Tuesday morning in connection to vandalizing the residence of a legislator Imo, has been sent to police remand for another 5 days. It may be mentioned here that joint Mairapaibi bodies of different localities of Kaisamthong and Kwakaitel and public had launched indefinite strike along the Tidim Road starting 12 p.m. last night, demanding immediate and unconditional release of T.H. Susila. A notice issued by Council of Higher Secondary Education Manipur COCOMI informed principals and headmasters of schools to submit examination form for students appearing in the class 11 and 12 of the council by December 10. Karam Victoria from Thambalkhong Lisam Lairak has become Manipur's first woman single donor platelets SDP donor. Today, she donated SDP at BABINA Blood Center in Sajiwa. Including her donations, BABINA Blood Center Sajiwa has received 22 SDP donations in 2 months. Single donor platelets are more potent than random donor platelets. 1 unit of single donor platelets is equivalent to 6 to 8 units of random donor platelets. BJP Nungba Mandal and BJP Booth Level Committee felicitated newly enrolled members of BJP at Tupul Community Hall, None District today. Gifts were presented to the newly enrolled members at the program attended by MLA of 54 Nungba STAC, BJP Nungba Mandal President and members. Mayra Paibi of Moirang Kampu Sajeb Awang Laikai extended relief items to the public of Thamna Pokpi under Lamlai AC who have been severely affected by the violence and repeated attacks by COCOMI militants ever since the crisis broke out. The Mayra Paibi informed that funds for the relief initiative was raised through weekly contributions of its members and donations from public. Now the sports news. Practice uniforms were distributed to Manipur players who are participating in the 29th Senior Women's National Football Championship for Razmata Jizavai Trophy during uniform distribution event, which was held at artificial turf ground in Lamlong, Tongkong, Imphal today. Proprietor of RM Jewelers, Wahingbam Laikai, SH Bung Sharma, AMFA General Secretary L. Jyotirmoy Roy, along with other distinguished members of AMFA, were present at the occasion. Under the aegis of All India Football Federation, Narayanpur, Chhattisgarh will host a trophy from December's 10. Manipur team comprising 22 players, including goalkeepers E. Panthoi, M. Linthoi Ngambi, and T.H. Sakhenbi, defenders Y. Pakpi, S.H. Bunty, W. Linthoi Ngambi, P.H. Nirmala, K.H. Sanam Miza, H. Silky, T.H. Kritina, N.G. Sweetie and N. Gitanjali, midfielders I. Prameshwari and Ratanbala and Priyanka, T.H. Martina, M. Nandeshwari and L. Razia, and forward players A. Rosa, Dangmai Grace, L. Sheila and L. Bibicha. Team manager will be Padmasri and Arjuna Awadi O. Bembem, while M. Deven, K. Narayan and Nazmeen Pathan are coach, goalkeeping coach and physio respectively for the team. Speaking on the occasion, RM Jewelers proprietor S.H. Bung, he added the uniforms were presented to the team in view of plight facing by players amid the current grim situations in the state.
Senior championship se barabar akoina lawi aina dum pauktaje hadasu amona lawnaba mayam chu kanna sananaba aina thawayawna sponsor se tawjabani mayam su bangkon oibiu yam wangna pangin thana kaab su oibiu sports khojima phubon natna loi ba khogi kano se sports makhan khojing je loina awabo loina oi pesa yam nawai yarigi di masi je khogi sports department na khara yengsan binaba puning jingsan binaba singjari.
India's National Anti-Doping Agency, NADA, has imposed a 4-year suspension on Tokyo Olympics bronze medalist Bajrang Punia for refusing to provide a sample during a doping test on March 10 at the national team selection trials. Initially, NADA provisionally suspended Bajrang on April 23, which was followed by World Governing Body for Wrestling, United World Wrestling, who had also suspended him. After Bajrang appealed the provisional ban, NADA's anti-disciplinary doping panel temporarily revoked it on May 31, pending a formal charge. On June 23, NADA issued a notice of charge to the wrestler. Bajrang then challenged it in written submissions on July 11. Hearings were held on September 20 and October 4 before the final suspension was confirmed. The ban prevents him from competing or pursuing international coaching rules. World Athletics President Sebastian Coe has met with Union Sports Minister Dr. Manshukh Mandavia in New Delhi to discuss India's intent to host the 2036 Olympics along with development of athletics in the country. Dr. Mandavia emphasized India's commitment to hosting sustainable and inclusive games. Coe, reportedly campaigning for the International Olympic Committee IOC presidency, is also set to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his visit. In the ongoing Indian Super League, ISL Bengaluru and Mohammedan SC are set to face each other today evening at 7:30 p.m. at Kishore Bharati Krirangan, Kolkata. In yesterday's league match, Punjab FC faced Mumbai City at the Mumbai Football Arena and Punjab FC defeated Mumbai City by 3-0. Currently in the league standing, Mohan Bagan, Bengaluru and Northeast United got 17, 17 and 15 points, securing first, second and third position respectively. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Coordinating Committee on Manipur's Integrity launches two-day shutdown of all state and central offices in Manipur and boycotts Home Minister Amit Shah for failing to address Manipur crisis. Chief Minister Nongthombam Bireng says an IA probing recent Jaribam killings, including the brutal murder of 6 hostages, including an infant. Mass operations underway to nab perpetrators. Internally displaced persons sheltering at Borobekra police station demand stringent actions against armed group Zomar militants. Displaced residents unsatisfied with ongoing mass operations. High Court of Manipur orders security agencies to file report status on disappearance of Laisram Kamal Babu, who went missing from Lemukong Indian Army campus latest by November 29. And vehicular movement along hill collapse affected National Highway 37. Imphal Jiribam road stretch between Sinam and Sezang village resumes this morning. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next, Primetime Manipur Bulletin. So have a great evening and stay safe.
Hanjava notice asina khanganjari madudi Impact TV ki subscriber khuding